Previously on New Crits on the Block.
Emma, what are you doing? What is this?
Well, it's taking you hostage. And right as she says that, you feel a sharp hinge inside of your stomach. Mother's been wanting to talk to you. You try to sit up and you immediately feel the ropes that are tightly tied around you. She pulls out this leather bag and lays it across the table as you see a bunch of different instruments out.
Who's there?
You see the golden plate armor of the honor guard that you guys had seen once before. Drop your weapons, come with us, or your friend dies. The blue-eyed girl is sitting in front of you, Aewyn. You just had your fingernail ripped off, and she's so, Aewyn, come on. It's a simple question. Why'd you come here?
I can't think. I can't think straight. You're doing all of this painful stuff, and can I possibly answer you when you keep doing this to me?
She kind of looks up and taps her finger on her chin. You know, you got a good point there. Okay. And she rips the barbed needle out of your arm.
Mm-hmm. Right? Oh, yes, exactly. Right, so why don't we just let me go?
We'll let you go eventually, but first we got to ask you a few questions or we'd be in trouble.
Sure, fire away.
Okay. We would love if you just answered the first question, Aewyn.
All right, hold on. Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Why'd you come here?
I came here to see my home. I missed it.
And she puts her hand on a bludgeon right in front of you. Just, come on. Come on, Aewyn.
What? I can't. I was hosting. I've been away for years, and I just wanted to come back and see the old place.
Right before you finish, she clocks you over the side of the head. Can I get a Constitution saving throw?
19 plus 2.
Okay, so you can still keep your wits about you as you turn to the side, get bouldered in the face. You're bleeding from your mouth a little bit as you can see a tooth got knocked out.
You can hit harder than that, can't you?
She smiles wickedly.
And I smile toothlessly.
Thanks, that one had a cavity.
You know, I think we're going to have fun together.
Yes, I'm already having quite a good time.
Okay, well, since you're not willing to answer that one, have you come in contact with Titans yet?
Is that someone's name? Who's Titans?
You know, I always hate resorting to this. And her sister comes in with a little case and sets it down. It's not as fun. And it kind of gets the stuff out of you a little too fast. And they open it up and it's a little vial, the little syringe.
What is that?
It's something to make you talk. Now, we cannot put this in you and you could just talk because it really hurts if you try to lie. Or you could just talk. So what's it going to be?
Titans are things of legend. Who as if you have you? How about that? How about you answer? Have you come into contact with a Titan? See,
no, but Mother has.
What?
So you do know something interesting.
Well, that's a crazy thing to say. It's that someone has met a Titan. The things of legend.
Well, yes, Mother has. And we're pretty sure that you've met one. I think her name is Glace?
I'm not very good with names. I couldn't even remember your sister's name.
Oh, well, that's because she never existed. Well, technically, we killed that girl. We just took her face.
Aewyn is going to lurch, trying to like get up to her when she says
you
that.
do, and your chair just like rumbles and you kind of like fall over and hit your stomach on the desk as you're kind of just pinned up against it. She's like, oh, so we can't get reactions out of you. And she takes her foot and pushes your knee back to where you kind of fall back into the chair. Oh, so that's the kind of stuff we get reactions from. Who was that? She calls Emerald over. Emerald, who was that girl that he was with? Emerald walks over. Oh, I think her name was Lorelei? Maybe we should bring her. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll get you to answer some questions. And we don't have to even use the drug. I think that's a good idea. What do you say, Aewyn?
She's got nothing to do with this.
She's got everything to do with you.
Me? No, please. I'll prove it. Let me go and I'll kiss you both.
That's not going to prove anything.
Sure it will. I mean, it's proof she means nothing to me.
Well, she meant nothing to you. You wouldn't mind us using her face then, right?
Not at all.
You seem like a cat's got your tongue. So we can kill her then, and you would have no issue with it. Maybe even here.
You'd save me the trouble.
Oh.
She's been getting too clingy anyways. I'm looking for a way to ditch her, so absolutely, it doesn't matter.
Okay, well then good.
Good.
Then we'll bring her.
Great.
And you see Emerald walk out. She's like, well,
I'm just listening to this like
Lorelei listening to this, like,
she doesn't have a BT.
oh no, she doesn't have a BT.
Well,
That's
even
right.
if she did, I would think she would
Yeah.
know what I was doing.
Yes.
so she's like, well, Emerald goes and gathers Lorelei. We have a little bit of time to ourselves. So, Aewyn, you won't answer any of our questions. Kind of makes me a little sad. So why don't we play a little game? Every time you choose not to answer, we kill a hostage. And every time you do answer, we'll let one go. So first one, and you see this girl get brought in by an honor guard. Young girl, about 15, maybe 20. She walks in and sits down, tears bawling, looks really dirty, ragged clothes, hair matted up against her head. So, hey, Aewyn, have you met Glace yet?
Who?
And she stands up and walks over with the dagger and slits the girl's throat. Okay, well, she looks back at you. So, another one. And they walk in another girl. And this girl starts to scream as she sees a dead body bleeding out on the ground. Aewyn, have you met Glace yet?
Yes.
Oh, we got to answer. Good. What did she tell you?
That's not the rule. You're cheating. You said every time I answered a question, you'd let one go.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're right. And she cuts the binding on the girl's hand, and the honor guard ushers out, and you see the girl running outside the door. Okay. Next one.
Can I hear that she like goes somewhere?
You hear just crying and running. You hear another door swing open, and then it's kind of quiet. You can tell that there's obviously another room beside you guys.
Okay.
So let's continue to play.
This whole time I am trying to get my hands loose.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check.
What's holding me?
Ropes, like just wrapped over and
Okay.
over and over again around you,
Okay.
tied nicely behind your back.
19 plus 10, 29.
29. Okay.
What
With
ropes?
that, as when she walked over and when you hit the table, what I'm going to say is when you hit the table, you actually grabbed one of the small blades. And then when she kicked you back, you dropped it down onto your lap and pretty much just try to grab onto it with your hand and have been slowly just cutting away at your bindings.
Okay.
It's going to take quite a while.
That's fine.
But
I know it's
putting
going to
in
be,
work.
and I don't want to go too fast to where it is obvious I'm doing it. I know
Yeah.
it's going to be a slow and laborious process.
Yeah. So they bring in another person. This person's older man. kind of sitting down there. You can see him.
I'm not answering.
I was going to say 15 to 20. You got his weak spot right there. Old man, nah, not so much.
And they sit down. You see him stare at you as you can see recognition in his eyes. And then he just looks down at the ground. And you see Sapphire look over and then look back. Huh. I think he knows who you are, Aewyn.
Do I recognize him at all?
You can see, even though he has a little bit of dirt on his face, and you can tell, like when they walked in, his hands are pretty clean. You can tell he's probably a noble. You don't really know what house he's from. You didn't really, again, like how we explained earlier, you didn't really pay attention to much of the high society politics.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, so we know you met Glace. What's another good question? Oh, have you come back to take the throne?
No, I don't want anything to do with it.
That lines up with what Mother said. Okay. And she cuts the guy's bindings and lets him run away. Okay. Now, obviously, you're not going to ask too many questions, and we can't kill all of our hostage. We still have to use them for labor. So, one more. And an older lady comes in. You can see that she has deep green eyes. So, Aewyn, you don't want to answer why you come here. We know you talked to Glace. What else did Mom want? Oh, have your powers awakened?
Power of what exactly? Wait, stop.
Yeah, she already has.
Stop. Oh, I guess I put my hand up. Stop.
Yeah,
You're
like, oh, shit.
Oh, I mean, oop.
There's some anime that has that scene where someone tied up just takes their hands out and does something, then puts them back.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, hey, wait.
Yeah,
It's
wait.
Vash. It's Vash the Stampede.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
I'm gonna struggle in my chair. Stop. You need to be more specific, is all.
You have the powers from the Titans. Have they awakened? Have you been able to use them?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. Well, there you go. And she cuts the bindings on the girl and they begin to run away. Okay, well, I think you're ready to go see Mom now. But we can't really have you know where we're at right now, so we are going to have to drug you a bit. And she pulls out a vial from her pocket and she's like, it's going to hurt on a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 20.
I thought you said you weren't going to. I cooperated.
Oh, well, this isn't the truth serum. No. This is just to knock you out. But we put a little bit extra because we like to see people in pain.
Okay, but what if I promise to close my eyes? I'll keep them tightly closed. I won't peek. No peeking. Cross my heart, hope to die.
Yeah, we don't do promises. And she just stabs you in the neck. And sorts. Give me another Constitution saving throw.
6 plus. Oh, con save, right?
Yeah.
2, 8.
8. Okay. So when she goes to stab, since you kind of already had your stuff a little loosened, you jerk your body to where she doesn't hit you perfectly. Kind of hits you a little off to the side. It's not going to use a complete effect. It's still going to hurt like hell, but you're going to keep a lucid consciousness of it.
Okay.
So give me a perception check.
7 plus 5, so 12, which is
12?
probably pretty accurate
Yeah.
about what I'd be able to really.
So one of the
taking.
honor guards comes and cuts your bindings. You feel yourself get lifted up and walked out. You see a abandoned building right inside of the forest. You see the lumber mill. The thing you also see as you're walking out is 3 dead bodies hit with an arrow in the back just outside the building. And you see about 15 other people working laboriously at the lumber mill. And as they kind of throw you onto a cart, you can kind of gauge the approximate area that you guys are in as you head to the capital. And then we hop over to the rest of the party. You guys are starting to get walked into the capital.
Quick question. Who was and was not listening to all that?
That is on you guys.
Did Brian, was Boral?
I would have been listening.
You would have been listening? Okay. Can Leaf hear it with her wolf form?
Yeah.
Sure. Will you be listening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she would be.
Okay. Yeah, Katon was listening too. All right. So we're being what now?
Shepherd into the town, into the capital, Evelios. So as you guys start to approach, you see these huge trees kind of erected, kind of spaced out differently than how like you would imagine a forest would
Huge,
be.
erect. Anyway.
There we go. Let's brighten this podcast back up.
Right?
Bring it down to our level now.
Yeah. Dick joke.
Dick joke. Thank you for clarifying in case anyone was
Yeah,
worried.
unsure.
That's my job.
Unsure. You see these trees that are almost mangled in a sense. They look like they go straight up for a bit and then turn to the side and loop around. You see rope bridges connecting to each one. And you see these windows kind of pushed in to the side of, like throughout these trees, almost making it look like the inside of the trees are on fire, given that there's light inside of these trees. You see a few people kind of roaming around. There is no streets, just more of like dirt pathways. And you see kids running around. You see people bringing water to and fro. It looks like just a normal wood elf city, which you might have never seen before, so it's probably a little bit of a surprise to you. And as you get further and further into it, you see a tree that shadows all others. One that goes above everything. The top of the tree line is hundreds of feet above the rest of them. The width of it is 200 feet wide. And there's mosaic windows all the way up it. And the honor guard stops about 100 paces out from this tree. And he looks like, well, this is the queen's home. So at this part, we part ways. There should be a butler just inside there waiting for you. We'll wait here, make sure you get in there safely.
Where are we?
Well, you're in Evelios, capital of Gildania. So we're going to take off. Hope you guys have fun with the queen. Oh, and if you see two little girls with a dark green and blue eyes, stay out of their way. And he turns around and starts to walk off. And you see a wood elf butler come out, his hair all the way down to his sides, very dressed to the nine, just walks up. Hello. Welcome to Evelios. You are the queen's guests, I presume.
Yes. I guess we can call ourselves guests.
Well, then follow me. Are all of you part of the party?
There's four of us, right?
Yeah.
The three of us and
Lorelai, yeah.
The party. And I hold up my paw. I mean, woof, woof,
woof,
woof,
woof,
woof,
woof,
woof.
That's going to kill for the wolf listeners, though. That's going to
They're gonna
crush.
love it.
yes, but wherever I go, I need my emotional support wolf with me.
Is that
This place is an inclusive place, right?
to druids? Yes. They're more than welcome to come in their shape-shifted form if they'd like. And he turns around and is like, well, follow me. First, we need to get you all bathed.
That's okay. I'll take care of it. I prestidigitation and clean us all up.
Oh, well, magic's a hell of a thing. And he starts to...
Well, there goes 10 minutes of my podcast I had planned.
Don't get to have a cool bath scene. Fine.
You're not touching me.
No cool Witcher bath scene. Wow, dude.
Yeah, you really
Way to
are.
ruin
Drinking
it.
alcohol, you just can't talk.
Right up. Okay.
Surprise, surprise, everybody. You've only been listening for almost 100 episodes. You should know.
Ooh, Boral, this is nice. Is this lilac this time?
Sure. I think it's whatever you
He's
want.
in
it to
no
be, big boy.
mood.
So the queen will be seeing you up at the top. She has some business to take care of first.
At the top? Is there an elevator?
No,
Oh,
just a few wooden bridges you have to go across to get to the top. That's all.
bridges. I mean, it's a lot of steps, man. Can you
Oh,
carry me?
Do you people not walk around like?
No, we're carried everywhere.
Oh,
Canonically, it's true.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it really is. Never once have I had to climb a series of stairs at my castle. Canonically carried everywhere. Oh, yes, you're complaining, not the man with the 200 pounds of plate mail. Cool.
feel free to take them off at the door. We can have plenty of clothes here.
Do you have 10 minutes?
Sure.
I'm not taking it off, no.
I'm just kidding. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. So you begin to walk in, and as you enter in, you see that the entirety of the inside is very well decorated. They have tapestry, they have lights all around, pictures, and as you start to climb up,
Katon's keeping an eye out for a picture of Aewyn and his family.
oh, there you go. As you start to get up to the top, you
Guess he
enter
doesn't
into
see it.
an hallway just before these grand doors. And the butler turns back. So you'll be waiting out here until the queen is ready for you. I will come and get you when she is, but please feel free to take a seat. And you can see that there's a few just like wooden benches along the walls. And as you kind of look along the walls, you see pictures of what you can only see the nobility of the of Elios capital. And on one of them, you see a young, long-haired Aewyn Lithios.
Ah,
Does he have like braces and stuff? Does he look down?
Yeah,
Is he wearing like really outdated elven clothes too?
Oh, yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
oh no, that color is not in fashion anymore.
little pimple face, little
Yeah.
little
Really
boy.
puffy shoulders.
Backwards hood.
Yeah.
Yes.
Puffy
It's-
shoulders.
I don't know. Just trying to think of what else might be non. He's got sleek stuff now, so it's probably like they dressed him all like really puffy, like royalty. You know.
Yeah.
It's like, Mom, no, I hate this outfit.
Yeah.
That's what I made for you, honey. You have to wear it.
So you all sit there and begin your wait.
Is there like a magazine or anything?
Yeah, there's a few elven
Okay, thank
elven
God.
zines.
Elves Illustrated.
Yeah, Elves Illustrated.
Katon
swimsuit edition,
Katon
no.
doesn't sit. He remains on guard.
Leaf is pacing.
Yeah, Lorelai would definitely be kind of like just same thing, kind of just pacing around. We come back over to Aewyn. Aewyn, you kind of come back to, you still had your sense about you and still kind of knew where you were. You knew you're back in the capital and you're in the throne room. You're not tied up. Your weapons are gone. And in front of you sits your aunt, Queen Sylvanas. Her long white hair, her crown on top of her head made of wood, a tunic with a vest over it. The tunic is white and the vest is like a deep blue, and then black pants. And she sits in front of you, her legs crossed, her hand on her chin as she just stares at you.
How, like, conscious am I? Like, am I kind of still? Does it feel like it just got brought out of like?
You feel like
anesthesia, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say that and a combination of like a horrendous hangover.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like your head is pounding, the lights are giving you like a headache from it.
Okay.
So you're still there, but it's very dazed and confused.
Okay. As I start to open my eyes and they come into focus, and I see her sitting across from me. Well, isn't this a wonderful family reunion?
I'd like to think so. Yes. It's been quite a while, Aewyn.
You could have just sent an invite or something. This is highly unnecessary.
Well, that just wouldn't work. We both know why you're here.
And why is that?
To stop me, to kill me, something along those lines, I'm sure. But I wanted to have a chat before we cross swords.
You are not, I'm sure you are not going to be crossing any swords with anyone.
Oh, no, I will. I mean, I've just had a new one made, so I have to make sure I test it out.
From the soul tree?
One of them, yes.
Why? You of all people know how sacred that is.
She stands up and starts to kind of pace in front of you.
I also am going to try to stand up.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 15 plus 2 is 17.
17. You're a little shaky legged. You got some wobbly legs.
Yeah.
But
Baby giraffe.
you can stand up.
Yeah. Just, it's very labored standing, but I stand while she paces.
She turns her head and looks over to you. You're quite stronger than your father. Not as cowardice as he was.
Don't talk about my father.
Well, that's part of why I brought you here. So, how much do you really know about me, Aewyn?
Not much, but I'm getting a clear picture by the moment.
So you don't know about my past or why I am the way I am?
What? No, I don't know anything about that. Why would I care?
No, now you're starting to sound like your father. Well, we have some time before your friends get here. Let me tell you a small story, little short story about myself.
Great, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
So, you know how all the elves have to go through a pilgrimage of sort to be before adulthood. They must go out into the world and find their meaning.
Yes, the great pilgrimage. We all go through it. So what?
Well, while I was out, I discovered something different about myself. I met someone. Her name was Annabelle. We traveled the world for quite some time, making a name for ourselves as adventurers. Probably the happiest time of my life. But you see, our society, they don't like to see people happy. Especially not our family, Aewyn. When I came back, you see her kind of like clench her fist around her weapon. When I came back, I was not greeted as an adult or as a family member, but as a disgrace, as a blight among our family name. Simply because I was different than others. So I was sent away to be cured of my illness, as the family had put it so elegantly to me. But there was no cure for something that cannot be cured. I was experimented on for quite some time. The reason I cannot have kids now is due to those experiments. Now, that being said, I did gain some things from that. Power, to be one. Resentment. I also learned to never trust anyone. For I told your father about Annabelle in a letter, in confidence. And then I found out, just because I was in line for him to take the throne, that he used this piece of information to get ahead of me, to destroy my life so that he could be a worthless ruler upon a worthless throne. So he took over and did wonders for us. Lost hundreds and hundreds of miles of our forest to the humans, gave away our people to the humans as slaves so that we wouldn't go to war with them anymore. And I sat, waiting. And I thought I was going to have to kill him myself. But an opportunity arose. One that now I regret, seeing who you are today. I made a simple suggestion. A whisper in your ear. A word. Kill. Not who. You could have killed me. I wasn't the nicest to you. But I think deep in your heart you knew who needed to die. Your father.
Hearing that, I think Aewyn's strength is going to go out of his legs.
Okay.
And he's going to fall back down to the chair, sort of bracing himself on the table, taking it all in, and then we'll look across the table at his aunt and wait, what are you saying?
Aewyn, I had to cure the very literal illness of our society. I did learn one thing from my father and yours, that sometimes you must take the radical approach to cure something. Now, obviously, they couldn't cure me. I wasn't sick. There was nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with them. She puts her hand up. That's when it came to me, Aewyn, how to fix the world by destroying it. Now, she kind of ruffles her shoulders a little bit. I know that you and your party are against me and my people, against Kerrigan and what he stands for.
Stop. What did you do to me in that moment?
Oh, that's simple. I just cast a small spell. Like I said, I whispered a word into your ear. A suggestion. To kill. I didn't tell you who, Aewyn.
Stop. So you made me, and I'm going to try to stand up and come towards her.
Okay, make a constitution check.
15.
15. You stand up and again, you're like laboring as you do it, but you can walk towards her. And every step, it just shoots pain up your body.
I'm gonna be putting my hands on the. I assume we're across a long table.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be using my hands to help me, sort of using as a railing to get towards her.
Yeah, and she is just.
You did this to me. You caused all of this in my life. As I start taking steps closer and closer.
And she's looking at you, not moving an inch. I did, and like I said, it was the one regret I had. Had I known that you weren't a coward like your father, a weak-willed man.
I said, don't talk about him. Do not speak of my father.
Aewyn, do you really understand just how good that decision of yours was?
It wasn't my decision.
No, you're right. I did place the blade in your hand and the word in your head. But I will not take that back. My only regret was not doing it myself.
And he's going to take a few more steps before succumbing to the pain. I just want you to know, when I do kill you, and I will kill you, that will be my decision.
And she walks over to you and gingerly puts a hand on your cheek. And I'll be waiting for that day. And she stands up and says, until then, though, we have business to attend to. So if you could make yourself a little bit more presentable and sit up. We have guests to welcome.
Guests? What are you talking about?
And when she says it, she snaps her fingers and your body just goes straight up and she pushes you back to where you hit the throne and sit down. That's better. And she turns around and, Butler, let them in. And the doors open wide as the rest of your party see a woman standing in the middle of the room, Aewyn pushed back into the throne, seemingly forcibly sat down. And she puts out a hand and bows down and raises it. Welcome to Avelios, friends. Please take a seat.
And when you walk in, you see Aewyn struggling to move but not being able to. And the look on his face is a combination of confusion and anger. And his eyes are bloodshot red with tears streaming down his face. Ooh, what a... Oh boy. Hey everyone. Yeah, it's your favorite player, Matt. This is a heavy boy, huh? Wow. Let me shake it. Let me get the sillies out. All right, come on. Hey everyone, it's your favorite. Hey everybody. Okay, for real though, it is your favorite player, Matt. And I guess we have to stop this episode just for the middle break just for a second. I guess, again, my brain's kind of all over the place what's going on right now. So let's see if I can recover and get through this in one piece, huh? First of all, thank you so much for listening this week. We appreciate it every single week and every single episode that you listen to, whether you're all caught up or catching up. Thank you for listening. Here's a couple ways you can help grow our podcast that we would super, super appreciate. The first way is by making sure you subscribe, rate, and review to wherever you get your podcasts from. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you're listening on pretty much any podcatcher, obviously we are on it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you rate us 5 stars and go review us and leave a 5-star review. It helps give us the social proof and it helps our numbers grow and reach new people. Another way you can help us reach new people is by following all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter at New Crits. You can find us on Instagram at New Crits on the Block. And you can find us on Facebook at New Crits on the Block. We are always posting content. We're posting audiograms. We're posting fan art. We're posting art of our own. We're posting quotes. If you could please share that content, we would be forever grateful. Or just tag people that you think might like it, or tag us in those big Facebook groups that people always post about, asking about new D&D content. That'd be us. Tell them to consume us. Tell them to consume every bit of us. And after you do those things, if you're not part of our family already, how can you be part? What do you mean? What do you mean, my favorite player, Matt? What do you mean be part of your family? How? Well, we have a Discord. Did you know that? And in that Discord, we have a growing fan base that we like to call our family because that's what we're becoming right now. We have specific channels for everything D&D, everything related to the podcast, and a lot of most things that aren't related to either one of those two things. If I'm being honest, we have a little bit of something for everybody. We have such a great time in there. Have a chance to talk to other fans. Have a chance to talk to the cast. We're always circling around in there. It's just a ding-dang fun, good time, everyone. Now, you might be thinking, well, how do I get to all of these things that you just mentioned? Well, from our link tree, of course, linktr.ee/newcritsontheblock will get you to each of those places that I mentioned and some other places that I didn't even have time to mention. linktr.ee/newcrits on the block is your central hub for all things new crits. All right, let's get you back into this week's episode. Everybody got their tissues. Everybody got their... I don't know what, I guess a shot, as long as you're 21 and responsible. But if you're not, maybe a nice chocolate milk, a nice warm chocolate milk to help you get through this. All right. Because it's some rough times for poor old Aewyn and rough times for everybody right now. All right. So hopefully the gang all comes out good on the other side. But I guess we will see. Again, thank you so much for listening this week. We appreciate you guys so, so much. We release new episodes every single Monday. We will see you next week. Bye. Am I able to speak, Jake?
No, you can try, but
Okay.
you feel like the words just get caught in your throat. Please sit.
Well, I'm going to walk in and see Aewyn, and I'm going to rush over to him to make sure he's okay.
As you start to walk, you like right before you get there, about 15 feet out, right as the steps go up to the throne, you like hit this invisible wall. She says, now, no need to rush.
Dispel magic.
You hear her just say, counterspell. Now,
Counterspell?
You can counterspell.
Counterspell again.
she's like, Boral, we can sit here and do this all day.
Let's do it then.
All right.
Let me see my friend.
You can see him just fine. Now, please, take a seat.
I'm going to stand right there.
You can see.
I'm growling and my hackles are fully raised and I'm just snarling at her.
Sometimes I do miss high society. And she takes the steps and you see her walk past you, Boral, through this invisible barrier and up to Aewyn. And she puts a hand on your shoulder and you hear some words, but you can't quite place them. She lifts her hand up and turns around. You know, I had hoped this would go a little more civil. But
How is this not civil?
Well, you won't even take a seat at my table.
Why would I take a seat at your table? What makes you think I should do that? You're holding our friend hostage. I can't get to him. Like, what in your mind makes you think that we should go sit down or listen to anything that you say?
Well, you're in my castle, no? You're in my house.
Against our will. Yeah. Yes, we are. You're right. Against our will.
Boral. Let's just have a seat.
Ah, a sensible one among you.
I stare daggers at her.
You see her smile. Ah, you must be Katon. Well met.
Yes, what gave it away?
It's mostly the plate mail.
I thought it was the plate mail.
Is it the plate mail? I thought it was the plate
You guys can all see
I look over
Lorelai.
at Leaf. Is it the plate mail?
The butler put name tags on all of you. So.
Yeah,
There's one on my back.
Yeah, hello, my name is Katon.
I'm trying to get the one on my back, but I can't. It's Boyle, I look at the situation and what has happened, and you trying to dispel the magic, and it not being successful, and her being able to pass through, and her having access to Aewyn, and him crying essentially, which I don't think anyone has ever seen Aewyn show emotion ever.
Not this much, at least.
Yeah.
Not this much.
And I just kind of go like, I kind of nudge towards it. Let's just have a seat. We can always get up.
Yeah. Okay. And I go sit down.
Ah. Well. Thank you.
Does
Katon.
Leaf sit in a chair?
Is Lee staying in wolf form? And she's like, I want to do the whole episode.
I did want to be a wolf the whole episode.
You can sit in a chair as a wolf.
No, I will.
Like the meme, the cat.
Yeah.
She's sitting like a people.
Oh, she thinks she's a
She's
person.
gonna climb up in there and just and sit in the chair like a little wolf.
Okay.
So you're going to still wolf it up?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
still woofing.
Lorelai comes and sits next to you, and you can just see Lorelai has almost no emotion on her face. She is just making eye contact with Aewyn the whole time, not taking her eyes off of him as she sits down next to Leaf. The queen kind of looks around. Well, thank you all for coming.
As Katon was sitting down, he used another one of his channel divinities. Anything like I said last time in this room?
Undead, fiend, and what else?
Undead, fiend, elemental,
Desecrated.
I think fae, and then desecrated or hollowed.
Okay, yeah, no, you're
No,
none,
okay.
none of that. She's like, well, I have, I think we're just waiting on my 2 daughters, and then we can have a quaint meal as we talk.
And why isn't Aewyn speaking?
Oh, me and him have spoken much already, and I think right now he needs some time to sit with his thoughts.
I think he can choose for himself.
Right now, I think he's a little mad at me, but that's fine.
I'm looking at Lorelai, Boral, and Leaf, kind of dart my eyes back and forth between all of them and Aewyn, and just I'm surveying the scene,
And as you kind of
making a very obvious thing of like, we have to do something, and I don't know what.
She sits down at the head of the table with you guys kind of on her left and right. And you see the doors swing open again as two girls dressed in kind of the same clothes as Queen Sylvanas in kind of matching their colors. So you see Emerald walk in, a deep green-eyed girl with a green vest on and black pants, and then a blue-eyed with a lighter blue vest. And they go down and stand to the left and to the right of Queen Sylvanas. She's like, oh, well, I don't know if you've had the pleasure of meeting my daughters, Emerald, and this is Sapphire. These are the folks that want to kill mommy. You're not going to say hi. The two girls go, hi.
How old are the children?
They, in elven years, they look about like maybe 18-ish.
How old do they look if they were to be a human?
Oh, no, sorry. That's what I meant.
That's what he's saying. He's saying they look like they're 18.
Yeah,
But
okay.
in Elvish, they're probably like 50,
Okay.
you know, or
okay.
whatever.
Enough of this. What are we doing?
Well, we're here to talk. So,
About what? You've been saying that. Spit it out.
well,
Everyone's
No,
here.
enough of the pleasantries. We're here against our will. Spit it out, woman.
and as you just go to say spit it out, she snaps her fingers and your mouth just closes on itself. And she's like, one more outburst, young man.
Counterspell.
Okay. And you scream again, and she's like,
And I cast silence on her in her area.
she just,
Well, now she can't speak.
Maybe a good thing.
Well, I mean, but the whole point is we wanted her to talk.
she waves her hand and the silence goes away. And I see that this is just not going to get us anywhere with you, Laura.
Why don't you just spit it out? You want to do it on your terms? You want to feel powerful? Is that it?
Oh, well, no, I know I'm powerful.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we do too. Okay, you don't have to do the whole fucking song and dance. How about you just tell us why we're here?
Well, that's not fun.
I
Do
walk
you-
away.
Do
I
you
just walk away.
do you need to have fun? You're the queen of the Elven capital. You've captured our friend, who you clearly have some personal grudge with.
Oh, I don't have any grudge against Aewyn.
Oh,
Quite the contrary.
sure. That's why you have him. Whatever this is, as I look over at Aewyn doing.
Nothing. No, I'm frozen by the spell. My eyes are kind of darting back and forth, but I'm not moving at all.
The only reason why he's up there right now is he's just dealing with his emotions. I'll let him
Dealing with
free.
his emotions.
Yeah.
First time for everything, I guess.
Well, now I know that this is a trick because Aewyn doesn't have emotions. So
You must not know him very well then. Or elves in that matter.
I've been traveling with two of them.
Yes, and we feel a lot more than you humans do. He might hide it well.
I look over at Boral. Do you have more feelings than us? I guess I wouldn't. I mean, I've never been an elf and you've never been a human, so there's not really any way to tell. It's not like there's like a double-blind study or any way of. How would you rate your emotions on a scale from 0 to 10?
I'm gonna unwild shape and go, nobody has more emotions than me.
Well,
What do you want?
No, that's true. Halflings are known for their outbursts when it comes to emotions.
What do you want from us? What do you want from him?
Oh, simple. I want us to work together.
Together?
Yes.
Work together. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say this kind of feels somewhat along the lines of a hostile work environment. So you might want to change up your tactics a little bit because I'm not
Explain.
feeling very cooperative right now. And I have a feeling he isn't either.
Well, from what my spies have told me about you all, you're doing this for the people that can't fight, correct?
I mean,
Or who?
okay,
What do you?
boiled
Why,
down, sure.
What's the then? What are you doing it for? Tell me. Are you just doing it because you can?
No, doing it because it is what needs to be done.
But what needs to be done?
Save the world.
From what exactly?
Oh, come
Well, no. What
on. Okay, from you.
from me? Do you know what my objective is?
No.
Do you know what Kerrigan's objective is?
Sorry?
Kerrigan. Do you know what his objective is?
Oh, you know Kerrigan.
Yes, I work closely with him.
And you want Aewyn to work with you and Kerrigan.
Yes, and you all. I don't think you realize what you're saving the world for, or for who.
Look, you're doing some psychobabble bullshit here.
But
Look,
that's what it boils down to.
no. I guess that's your perception of the world, but we're saving it because it must be saved
Yes, and I'm saving it the way it needs to be saved.
by destroying it.
Not all of it.
Aha. Yeah, okay.
Listen,
Just parts of it. The bad parts.
All right, then what is your interpretation of a bad part?
The part that lets its people be starving in the streets, killed for no reason other than someone can.
Mhm. So kill so that people aren't killed.
Kill those in power, yeah.
No.
Start anew.
Yeah.
what ultimately are you trying to achieve? Okay, let's just say, sure, we'll go ahead and play this out. RP within our RP. You win. Whatever you needed is over. You've achieved your objectives. Who's left? Who wins? Who loses? Who dies? Who lives?
Well, that's the beauty of it. No one really knows. I could die when it all happens. Kerrigan could be gone. We both know fully well that we both might perish after it. And we've accepted that.
At the moment, we're kind of in the same mindset right now. So I think we can work together, maybe.
The difference is we are trying to start anew. We don't see this system as good anymore.
System? What system?
Society.
Okay, so what replaces society?
Hopefully a new and better one. But we can only hope. But we can give it a chance.
We could also do that without killing everybody.
Can you? How long has it been? How much good has that done us waiting?
Okay, again, what do you classify as bad? Okay, let's say, yeah, you're right. You know what, Katon, you're right. Let's play this out. Who are we killing first? Who goes first?
Well, the corrupt.
Oh,
We weed
the
'em out.
corrupt.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you determining what the corrupt is?
The people are. The actions of those, yes.
The people are.
Mhm.
Okay, which people?
Well, just in my own town, I've had the commoners come out, accusations, trials, those that failed. Actually, I think you met quite a few of them. You were working with them, the rebels. Do you know how many of those killed innocent children or had slaves? Did you even bother to ask or care?
Oh, look, it's not something that comes up like, hi, my name is Boral. Have you had any slaves?
Well, you were helping them, so I figured you knew who they were.
Well, yeah, they were the displaced. So yeah, we were helping them.
Yes, but displaced for a good reason.
So those people that are in town right now, are they also without sin?
I wouldn't say without sin, but not as grave.
Oh, well, I mean, by your measure, they could be corrupt. They just haven't had the opportunity to express it. So how do you
Yes.
root that out?
Easy.
We could go all the way down to the bottom, right?
Yes.
To the very last person, and everyone's dead. Then what's left? You?
No, probably not. I'll
Definitely
probably be
not.
the first one to go. And I've accepted that fate. I know what I'm doing isn't good.
Uh-huh.
In the manner of
Okay.
speaking, in your
Well, you know
perception.
what? Then let's go ahead and just do this right now. Katon unsheathes his sword and puts it on the table, but with his hand still on it.
Well,
Let's just get started right now, because you seem to control this whole society and you seem to know what's best. And the only thing I've known that you've done so far is tortured our friend. So is that the ethically just thing? Oh, I have control over a kingdom. I think I'll start torturing people.
no, but it does prove its uses. Have you not tortured anybody? Have you not exerted your force when seemingly unnecessary to stop? How would someone say it? For the greater good? Have you not killed someone that might not have been needed to be killed, Katon? Boral.
Okay, she
Well, that last question, no, I mean,
she just gave you an out there.
yeah,
So-
I mean, no, they all needed to die. What gives you the right to decide these things?
What gives you the right to decide who lives and dies? When you fight somebody, why do they need to die? Why don't you simply make them unable to fight? Why do they have to be killed?
because they would kill us.
Ah. So
What do you
you were
mean,
deciding who's bad.
No, they decided that they were bad. Just like you were deciding you are bad. We didn't decide they were bad.
So you decided you were good
No.
then.
Well, yes.
Ah.
Yes. No. Would we agree that there is a line between good and evil?
Yes. And
There
there's
is
gray.
a line.
There's gray.
There's like
There's not
quite
gray.
a few lines. Have you ever seen the chart?
The alignment.
There's like 4 of them, and they cross over one another, and they create like a grid. It's really complicated. A lot of people argue about it. But
I can see now that this was a mistake.
what was her name again? I'm so sorry. It's
Sylvanas.
Sylvanas. Queen Sylvanas. I don't know what you want us to do here. What I do know is that you have our friend. You have threatened him. And that I see no way that this is going to end in anything but violence. And you know what the great thing about violence is? Is that when it's all said and done, it doesn't matter who was right and who was wrong, but only who is left.
I see.
You're going to see Leaf just sitting in the middle of everybody, and she's kind of shaking a little bit. And this like purpley black glow is starting to emit from her. And she's mumbling to herself, and she's crying. And she's just going to say, "Everybody stop. Everybody stop. I can't take this anymore." And I'm going to cast Arms of Hadar, and it's going to shoot out at all of them.
Towards her, and every pain is every step. Every pain is step.
That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
Can I flip the table over?
If you want to. Yeah, if you want to.
I try to flip the table over on top of her.
Oh, well,
How big is this table?
She's at the head of the table. So
That's
you
what a flip.
so you'd have to go like
Yeah.
sideways.
Not going to work.